In the midst of our everyday lives amid concrete jungles, bustling cities, and the endless routines of modern existence, there lies an enigmatic world hidden behind the veil of ordinary perception. I have long wondered, could there be a mysterious portal leading us to a realm that defies the constraints of our familiar reality? A realm where ethereal entities dwell, not merely figments of our imagination, but living expressions of a deeper cosmic energy. My fascination with this idea began when I first experienced the subtle interplay of light and shadow in my own mind, a quiet whisper urging me to look beyond the immediate, to question the boundaries imposed by our limited senses. It was as if the universe was softly calling, inviting me to step through an invisible gateway into a place where both wonder and dread resided side by side. That moment marked the start of a personal odyssey into the heart of what I now refer to as the hidden realms, the intermediary domain that exists between our tangible world and the vast, mysterious cosmos of pure energy and thought. One clear night under a luminous full moon, I found myself alone in an ancient forest. The air was cool and heavy with the scent of moss and damp leaves, and every rustle of the trees seemed imbued with secret messages. In that quiet solitude, as I strolled along an overgrown path, a sensation washed over me, a feeling that I was no longer alone. I sensed presences, subtle yet real, that were as much a part of the environment as the gnarled roots of the old trees. It was then that I began to recognize that the hidden realms were not some faraway fantasy, but a living, breathing space that intertwines with our reality at every moment. Along the journey, one principle gradually emerged as central to understanding this hidden cosmos. Every element of the universe vibrates at its own unique frequency. Like a symphony without a conductor, these frequencies intermingle and create invisible doorways, portals that allow disparate energies to connect. I was astonished to discover that what we conventionally call coincidence often stems from a subtle alignment of vibrational energies between two souls or between a person and an unseen presence. Have you ever experienced a moment of unexplainable connection, a stranger's glance that resonates deep within, or an inexplicable surge of emotion that seems to come from nowhere? In such moments, it is as if the frequencies of our own beings have harmonized with those from a dimension beyond our sight. I began to see that these chance encounters were more than mere happenstance. They were hints that our world is permeated by a hidden network of energy, guiding us in directions we cannot fully comprehend. In my personal explorations, I experimented with various practices to tune my internal frequency. I listened to meditation tracks set at precisely calibrated tones for 130 Hz, 528 Hz, and others which promised to amplify the resonance of positive energy. To my amazement, these sounds, much like the delicate harmonies of a finely tuned instrument, seemed to clear away the static of daily mental clutter, allowing me to perceive the faint yet persistent whisper of the hidden realms. It became clear that we are not isolated beings. Rather, we are intricate parts of a grand vibrational tapestry, where even the slightest change in our internal state can open pathways to unseen dimensions. As I delved deeper, I began to encounter a spectrum of entities that existed in the liminal spaces between waking and dreaming, light and shadow. Among these, I encountered what I would call parasitic vibrators, small, almost imperceptible beings that seem to latch onto negative energies. Much like parasitic life forms in the physical world, these entities feast on the residual effects of our unprocessed fears and anxieties. They float near the periphery of our consciousness and, if left unchecked, can gradually drain our vitality. Yet not all encounters were of a sinister nature. I also came upon beings of higher intelligence, figures that bore a human-like form yet radiated an aura of otherworldly wisdom. These entities often appeared during moments of profound inner silence, as if arriving in answer to unspoken questions. Their presence was both awe-inspiring and deeply comforting, suggesting that the hidden realms are not monolithic, but rather a diverse spectrum of influences ranging from nurturing to potentially disruptive. One of the most haunting experiences occurred one evening in a dreamlike state. I found myself encircled by shifting silhouettes, half glimpses of familiar faces, half phantoms born of forgotten memories. Some of these apparitions exuded a warm glow reminiscent of cherished loved ones, while others had an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. In that surreal moment, I realized that these entities were not random. They represented echoes of past emotions and unfinished stories lodged within my own psyche. It was as if each being was a marker, a symbolic repository of both light and dark aspects of my inner world. In reflecting on these encounters, I came to believe that our interactions with the hidden realms serve a profound purpose. When we experience these moments of vibrational convergence, we are given the opportunity to confront the shadows within ourselves. Instead of viewing these entities solely as intrusive forces, we can see them as reflections of our own internal conflicts challenges designed to spur us towards greater self-awareness and transformation. Living in an urban environment today means that our energetic field is constantly bombarded by external stresses. The relentless pace of modern life often leaves little room for quiet introspection, and as a result, our inner vibrations can become muted or even distorted. Over time, this state of imbalance creates an inviting niche for those parasitic entities we discussed earlier. Realizing this, I began to actively seek methods to purify and elevate my internal energy. One of the first tools I embraced was sound. I incorporated high-frequency music and meditation chants into my daily routine. The music not only soothed my mind, but also reset my vibrational state, a process that, in my experience, helped dispel the lingering presence of negative entities. I liken it to tuning a delicate instrument. Once each string resonates in harmony, the entire composition comes alive with clarity and purpose. In addition to auditory techniques, I discovered that cleansing the physical environment played a critical role in maintaining a high vibrational state. I experimented with aromatic herbs, incense, and essential oils to create a space that resonated with purity and light. I often arranged protective crystals such as amethyst, rose quartz, and lapis lazuli around my living space. These stones, with their natural vibrational properties, seem to act as guardians, absorbing and neutralizing disruptive energies while amplifying positive frequencies. Water, the fluid essence of life itself, became another of my sacred tools. I found that immersing myself in the natural flow of water, whether taking a long, mindful bath or walking beside a gently flowing river, felt like a spontaneous energy reset. The sensation was as if the water was washing away not just physical grime, but also the accumulated residue of negative emotions and external disturbances. Yet, the most transformative practice was meditation. In this silent sanctuary of deep reflection, I learned to become attuned to the subtle energies within and around me. Meditation granted me access to that inner space where the veil between the tangible world and the hidden realms becomes thin, a space where I could finally observe the interplay of light and shadow without judgment. Over time, I realized that regular meditation is not simply a means of escape, but rather a powerful method for reintegrating the fragmented parts of oneself, allowing the inner sanctum of the soul to radiate in full brilliance. From my personal perspective, these practices are more than just survival techniques for coping with the stresses of modern life. They are invitations to explore our vast inner landscape and to reclaim the vibrational currency that connects us to the cosmos. In an age when mechanistic views of life have led to a fragmentation of spirit, the gentle arts of sound healing, environmental cleansing, and meditative absorption offer us a path back to wholeness. One of the most profound lessons I gleaned from my journey is the inseparable link between our physical existence and the subtle, luminous energies of the unseen world. Our bodies are not isolated vessels, they are dynamic broadcasting stations, continuously emitting and receiving vibrational signals. Every heartbeat, every thought, sends ripples out into the vast fabric of the universe. I vividly recall a moment during a particularly intense phase of my practice. Sitting by a quiet lakeside at dusk, I felt as though the boundary between my physical presence and the surrounding nature had dissolved. The gentle lapping of the water against the shore, the soft murmur of the wind weaving through the trees, each natural sound resonated within me, reinforcing the idea that we are, in essence, extensions of the universe's consciousness. In that timeless moment, I realized that every external sound had its echo in the chambers of our hearts, blurring the lines between what is real and what is felt. This realization spurred me to rethink my understanding of reality. I began to see that our interactions with the hidden realms are not anomalies or intrusions, but rather essential components of a grand dialogue between all forms of existence. Sometimes the faintest pulse of energy or the most delicate vibration can alter the course of our lives, much like the gentle nudge of a friend guiding you in the right direction. Such moments, though seemingly inconsequential at first, gradually accumulate to form a symphony of experiences that shape who we are. From my perspective, this interconnected dance of energies reveals that the dichotomy of light versus dark is not a matter of absolute opposition, but a continuum of fluid interplay where both forces are required to create balance. The presence of darker, more challenging energies is an invitation to look inward, to confront the hidden aspects of ourselves that we often ignore. It is in the crucible of struggle that our inner light is often forged into something stronger and more resilient. I believe that our modern scientific and technological advancements, while monumental in many respects, have yet to fully tap into this deeper reality. Despite all our imaging devices and sensors, the subtle energies of the hidden realms remain elusive, hinting that the true essence of existence might be far richer and more intricate than our current empirical tools can capture. This challenge to our conventional understanding is not a cause for despair, but an open invitation to explore new paradigms of thought, a call to integrate science and spirituality in the quest for a more complete truth. Perhaps the most intimate aspect of my journey was the discovery of my own inner landscape, a place that was once shrouded in the mundane routine of daily life, but gradually revealed its hidden depths as I ventured further into introspection. I learned that every person carries within a seed of transcendence a dormant spark that yearns to break free from the confines of ordinary perception. In moments of solitude, I would retreat into the quiet of my mind, where the external noise of the world faded and only the inner voice remained. It was in these moments that I began to understand that the mysterious entities and energies of the hidden realms were not solely external phenomena. Instead, they were also reflections of my own subconscious, a mirror that showed me both the beauty and the complexity of my inner world. Every fear, every unacknowledged desire, and every long-forgotten memory would surface in subtle forms, inviting me to engage in a dialogue with myself. This inner journey was not without its challenges. There were days when the weight of unresolved emotions and unprocessed traumas seemed too heavy to bear. I encountered inner specters, forms that represented the darker aspects of my psyche, urging me to remain trapped in a cycle of negativity. But through persistent meditation, mindful reflection, and the consistent practice of cleansing rituals, I began to turn those inner obstacles into opportunities for healing. For me, the act of facing one's inner darkness is a transformative process. It requires not just courage, but also an unwavering belief in one's own capacity for change. I came to view the hidden realms as both a literal and metaphorical space, a realm where the external energies and the internal psyche converge. In this light, every encounter with a mysterious presence became an invitation to heal, to learn, and to evolve. I firmly believe that the journey inward is the most important adventure one can embark upon. Our external experiences, no matter how surreal or extraordinary, are ultimately reflections of our internal state. By cultivating awareness, embracing our shadow, and nurturing our inner light, we set the stage for a deeper communion with the universe. This is the message I strive to convey through every narrative shared on Lucid Dream Portal. As I reflect upon my many experiences with the hidden realms, I am filled with both awe and gratitude. The journey has revealed to me that our lives are far more interconnected than we ever imagined. Every encounter, every subtle shift in energy, weaves a complex tapestry that connects us all, a tapestry in which our individual threads are part of a grand cosmic design. I recall moments when, amid the darkness of night, The stars above shone with an intensity that felt almost otherworldly. It was as if those celestial bodies were beacons, guiding me through the labyrinth of my own doubts and fears. In those moments, I recognized that our path forward is illuminated not just by reason and logic, but by the intuitive wisdom of the cosmos. This celestial light is an ever-present reminder that we are part of a larger, pulsating network of energy, a vast universe in which every soul is connected by shared experiences of wonder, longing, and growth. My personal perspective is that the hidden realms offer us not only the mystery of the unknown, but also the potential for transformative liberation. To truly harness this potential, we must be willing to journey beyond the safety of our familiar patterns, daring to explore the uncharted territories of our own consciousness. It means reawakening a primal part of our spirit that has long been subdued by the mechanical routines of modern society. I see our journey as akin to that of ancient explorers venturing into uncharted lands, each step fraught with both peril and promise. Whether we are consciously interacting with enigmatic entities or simply recalibrating our internal frequencies through meditation and sound healing, every action we take towards self-discovery acts as a defiant step against the banality of a purely material existence. There is also a profound lesson in the transient nature of life and energy. Just as no two moments in the cosmos ever exactly repeat, every encounter in our lives is unique and irreplaceable. The fleeting nature of each vibrational alignment, each moment, when the fabric between our world and the hidden realms thins, reminds us that life is a series of ever-changing, magical instants. Embracing this flux, rather than resisting it, opens us up to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond the surface of ordinary consciousness. In the final pages of this journey, I invite you to consider that the hidden realms are not mere metaphors or allegories relegated to the pages of ancient lore. They are a living reality that unfolds within and around us every moment of every day. We stand at the threshold of a great awakening, a time when the accumulated wisdom of the ages converges with modern insights to create a transformative new worldview. I have often reflected on the paradox that while our scientific instruments have unveiled many of the universe's grand secrets, from the swirling dance of galaxies to the tiniest subatomic particles, they still falter at deciphering the subtle energies that permeate our inner lives. This very enigma encourages us to combine both the analytical and the intuitive, harmonizing logic with spiritual insight. In doing so, we not only expand our understanding, but also empower ourselves to become active participants in the great cosmic dance. For me, the hidden realms symbolize that which remains to be discovered in our souls, the unknown potential, the unexpressed creativity, and the inner light that awaits our recognition. When I share my experiences on Lucid Dream Portal, I aim to spark curiosity and inspire each listener to embark on their own journey of self-exploration. The narratives are not prescriptions for belief, but rather invitations to suspend skepticism momentarily and to entertain the possibility that there is far more to life than meets the eye. To me, the path forward lies in embracing this beautiful mystery with an open heart. It is in the space between certainty and wonder that true growth occurs. Whether through extended meditation sessions under a starlit sky or in quiet moments of reflection during the rush of everyday life, we all have the opportunity to tune our inner frequencies and clear the static that clouds our minds. By doing so, we create room for the divine interplay of energies, a communion of the self with the vast, ineffable mystery that is the universe. As the narrative draws to a close, I want to leave you with this thought. Every moment holds the potential for a cosmic revelation. Our lives are an endless journey of discovery, where each experience, each vibrational encounter, becomes a stepping stone toward a richer, more integrated existence. The hidden realms, with all their beauty and mystery, remind us that there is always more to learn, more to feel, and more to become. I encourage you to take a leap of faith and trust in the silent guidance of your inner voice. Whether you are a seasoned seeker or someone just beginning to question the nature of reality, remember that every step you take in awareness lights up the path ahead. Embrace the anomalies, celebrate the synchronicities, And let your curiosity be the lantern that illuminates your journey through the ever-changing tapestry of existence. Lucid Dream Portal is not just a channel, it is an invitation to join a community of explorers who refuse to settle for a superficial understanding of life. Here, we share our stories, our doubts, and our triumphs in unraveling the myriad mysteries that lie hidden within and beyond us. With each tale, we honor the timeless quest for truth, a quest that is as old as humanity itself and is vibrant as the cosmos that cradles us. May this story serve as a reminder that within you lies an inexhaustible reservoir of strength, wisdom, and light. Even in the darkest moments, when the world seems shrouded in shadow, know that you are part of an eternal symphony, a living testament to the boundless energy that courses through every atom of existence. When you allow your inner frequency to rise, you not only transform your own reality, but also contribute to the grand evolution of consciousness that unites us all. Thank you for joining me on this extraordinary journey through the hidden corridors of the mind and spirit. As we continue to explore the infinite dimensions of the cosmos, I hope you find inspiration, healing, and empowerment along your own path. Together, let us venture into that vast, mysterious domain, the hidden realms where the interplay of sound, energy, and intention creates a radiant portal to a higher state of being. May your dreams be lucid, your heart ever courageous, and your journey be filled with insights that light your way to a deeper truth. Welcome to Lucid Dream Portal, where each story is a guide, each vibration a call to awaken, and every moment a chance to step beyond the ordinary into the realm of endless possibilities.